What is popping, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, I've realized that ever since I started running again back in college, I've never explained why I decided to come back or actually start collegiate running after taking a year off. And I mean a year off, I probably was averaging maybe 9 miles a week at the peak. And that was towards the end when I was deciding whether I actually wanted to come back to running or not. In this video, I'm gonna go over pretty much there's 3 reasons why I decided to come back. And I'm gonna explain all those to you guys right now. Maybe you're deciding to come back to your sport in college. Maybe you're just wanting to know, which sweet, thank you for caring. I just finished up 9 miles. As you can probably see, I'm sweating. And just so you know I'm not lying, here's my watch that says exactly that. I'm gonna get changed, take a shower real quick, and I'll come back and explain. I'm back. I may or may not have just put a different shirt on and a different hat, but I guess the world will never know other than me. But anyways, let's get to it. The first reason I came back to running after taking a year off after high school and then returning in college was to run on a team. Now with a team, I've realized after I quit or after I stopped running in high school that it was much harder to stay motivated to run. Like when it's just you, there's really nothing you're working towards or no one you're working with. And again, that leads to no one pushing you. So I figured on a team, I'm gonna be able to push myself to higher limits. I'm also not gonna be as alone when I'm doing these tough workouts. I will admit, I do like running for certain periods of time alone. It just helps me clear my mind. And that's one of the reasons why I do most of my runs during the summer season when we're getting ready for cross country alone. I realize just how much a team means to you, how much they help you get better, and how much more fun it is to just be doing things as a team rather than alone individually. In another way, it helps me stay motivated to get better. And that brings us to our next point. The second point was my goal. As a high schooler, my goal was to run a 4:19 mile. I don't think I've actually told anyone that really. I knew I was capable of getting down to that 4:19 mile, but a few injuries and a few mental things happened and I wasn't able to get to that. So one of the reasons I wanted to come back in college was to go get that goal that I had but was never able to accomplish in high school. And I'm not gonna lie, that was originally the biggest thing motivating me to get back into running and to get back on the team, was because I really wanted that goal. As I got on the team and as I started hanging out with the guys and just really getting to know them better, it became more than just coming back to run that goal, and I started to really enjoy being with my team and doing things with my team. Even though some will say I probably missed a few team dinners when just about everyone was probably there. But I really do enjoy hanging out with the team, and that was a byproduct of coming back that I didn't know about when I joined. So that is one of my biggest goals for returning, was to run that 4:19 mile that I was never able to accomplish in high school. And the more you'll realize is if you're a determined person that always likes to hit goals, it becomes very annoying to not hit a goal and pretty much living your whole life not knowing whether you could have gotten that goal or not because you didn't give it a second try. So this is my second shot at trying to hit that 4:19 mile. Another thing about coming back to run a certain goal is I'm not really competing against anyone else. I came back to compete against myself and run a time that I wanted to run. This is important maybe for even people who are trying to compete at a really high level and win certain races, win certain games, is a lot of the time it's important to compete with yourself more than to compete with others. So just put this into perspective. If you hit a certain goal or a certain time or a certain amount of touchdowns, if it's really good, it's gonna already compete with others anyways. It's not like by beating certain people or getting to a certain amount, it's gonna make winning easier. Usually you set a goal that you know will win something, and you don't even have to think about beating people. You just hit that goal and compete against yourself. That really helps me stay motivated when I'm coming back to the sport and getting destroyed at pretty much every workout we do. Hopefully I can catch up a little bit. This brings us to my third reason. Another deeper reason for why I came back is to pretty much prove to myself that I can accomplish these goals and prove to others that really anything's possible. Even if you quit something and it doesn't seem like you're ever gonna come back to it, there's always a chance you can come back and pick up where you left off. I know there's plenty of people who quit running or quit their sport right after high school and they really regret it, but they never give themselves a chance to come back to the sport. And that's one of the good things about running is you don't have to have all these games set up. It's just, you start running. Of course, with a team, it's gonna be much better, as I explained in my first point. But I think it's important to inspire others to want to get back doing what they once loved and that they might be regretting not doing right now. There is my 3 reasons why I decided to come back to running. A little bit of recap. The first one was to be back on a team that can push me and help me to become better. I've really had a lot of good fun with this team and I would have regretted it if I never joined it. Coming at number 2 was to run a 4:19 goal, or to go get goals I had prior that I was not able to accomplish in high school. And then number 3, to inspire others. I hope by coming back to the sport, I'm able to prove that you can pick something up that you had once quit and took in some time off, and show that you can come back and get back to where you were and maybe even better than you were before. I hope this video kind of helped explain that and hopefully showed you a little bit of insight into what I'm thinking when I'm returning to the sport. And I know some of my teammates might watch this. That's why I came back. And all this, it's another way of working out. It's like staying fit, but it's fun. So instead of going to the gym, I get to go run with my teammates. I get to go work towards something, which is also very important. If you're not working towards something, you're usually gonna give up. So coming back to the sport also keeps me healthy and motivated to stay fit. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm not sure why, but I run in this hat and a lot of people think I'm wearing some kind of, like, what is it even called? A lot of people think I'm wearing some kind of do-rag when I'm wearing this. It has a bill back here, I promise. It's not a do-rag, it's just a hat.